Okay. Okay, so what do we have to do today? It is making the comparisons. We have to see, but comparisons with as, right? So let's see with this. A second. Let's open the book. How is everything there?
In my country?
Yes.
Oh, it's complicated, chaotic too, because protest and government started to talk, but now um, a soldier of the government passed away and in the protest, and was it complicate the situation.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes. So when did he pass away? Today?
Yes, it is because I don't know, but I heard that the a convoy
Yeah.
transported gas and in that moment I was a conflict between protest and soldiers.
Come on.
And many people pass away. I think 6 persons.
6.
Yes.
Wow, in only one day.
Yes, it was in the Amazon region, and the natives was a conflict with the soldiers.
Okay.
Difficult.
Okay. Yes, it is really, really difficult.
Yes.
But you don't know when is it going to finish everything, maybe?
No, because the government had a position and the natives had other positions. And it's difficult.
Yeah.
Complicated.
Okay. Wow. No, so yes, it's really, really difficult because every day in these manifestations, people can die. So it is really complicated to go out, right?
Yes, and it's complicated because some cities, for example, Cuenca, are aisladas.
It's like
Excuse me.
it could be like isolated.
Isolate. And there aren't have food or oxygen to hospitals
Yeah.
and food and other things.
Really, really difficult, right?
Yes. In my city, for example, it's very complicated to find gas or gasoline.
Right now,
Yes.
or every day instead of the war.
In that week.
Yeah. Mhm. Wow. No, it's really complicated. It's really. But what about, for example, well, the schools, I think that all of them are online. I think so.
Yes, but in some cities, the classes are face to face
Yeah.
because in some cities is less complicated.
Mhm. Okay. And about the job, the work.
The job in it depends. For example, in my city, all jobs, industries are closed. But in Quito, some industries started to work. For example, in San Antonio, it is the middle of the world. When I worked, for example, in Vicuña, the activities started yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yes, it's totally difficult, right?
Yes,
Sometimes, or yesterday.
yesterday was normally, but now was complicated. I returned to the chaotic because the passed away of the people.
Oh, yes, that part is really sad.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Chris. But sometime before, have you had some of these kind of problems? Yes.
I
If you, for example, in your country, sometime before, if you had some problems like this.
Okay, in my country is the protest was normal.
Yeah.
For example, um, in 1999, the protest made a destitution of a president. It's similar in, I think, in 26, I think. Other president was destituted.
Wow.
But currently I think it's different because this president don't want to leave. No quiere irse.
Yes, doesn't want to go.
Doesn't want to go. And I think this in this occasion there are more militaries, soldiers,
Yes.
and policemen than other occasions.
But it wasn't so crucial like these days, for example.
To exist the proposal of the a destitution, but formal. It is constitutional requirement, and for this, the National Assembly, Asamblea Nacional,
Yeah. National
should be to have, I think, 18, no, 81 votos.
Yeah, votes.
For the destitution, but it's difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. Come on.
And the other question is if the president left, who can be the new president?
Yeah. But I think that in every country happens this, right? When some president left.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same in every country. The same was in Argentina, Venezuela, even though in Peru, Chile. Yeah. So in United States, it was the same when I think 5 years ago or 3 years ago, right? It was the same.
Yes, but I think it is more frequently in Latin America.
Yeah, it is really frequently in Latam, right? Yes. Okay, so every day we have to have faith that everything is going to pass and everything is going to be like great, a new day, right? So just that.
Thank you, Larry.
So let's finish with the last grammar that we have. I will show you my screen. We have these comparatives, but the comparatives is with just as. Okay, so in this part of comparatives, we're going to use just the adjective. This is more easy. This is easier. Why? Because it's not necessary to put ER or using more or something like that. It is not necessary. The one thing that we have to do, it is just to do or to use the adjective and the base form. No more. So we have these two as words. We have to know that the first as, the meaning is than, and the second as is com. So the meaning of both, than, com. As, adjective, as. Tan, cualquier adjetivo, con. And this is easy Because in affirmative sentences, we are going to talk about same things. So some two things, and those two things are going to be the same, okay? For example, I can say the subject one, it's gonna be really, really similar, no difference to subject two. I can say, for example, that, I don't know, there is one girl and I can say, she is as tall as you are. Ella es tan alta como tú lo eres. So both people are the same in the size, okay? So we have the first subject, we have the verb to be, we have to put always after the verb to be the first as, and the adjective. And after the second as, if we have a second subject. In some cases, it's not necessary to put since this as and the second subject, because we can use only until here. She is as tall. Ella es tan alta. She is as tall and a really good person because as them, for example. So we can have like after the adjective some big complement, and after we could put as. But it is not necessary to put always as, one adjective and as. Okay, so just that. This is in affirmatives. What happened in negatives? In negatives, we are not talking about the same. This is not the same. So we are saying that both subjects are totally different. Okay, so we can say the only thing in structure that we are going to add, it is going to be not. So I can say things aren't as bad as they seem. Las cosas no son tan malas como ellas parecen. Okay, so things aren't as bad as they seem. So we are saying here that we are talking about these two subjects, about these things, but we don't have another things to compare, but we are comparing about the same. Things aren't as bad as they seem. The same of this, okay? So this is in negative. And it happens the same. Not always is necessary to put, for example, like the verb to be an as, and after the adjective, and after the as and the second subject. Not always. Things aren't as bad. So until here, it is okay also. Okay. In order to make question, when we have to make question, we are asking if the things are the same or the things are different. So first of all, we don't know. We are asking. So we can say, Dean's a good player, but is he as good as Nick? So in this part, we are asking if both are the same or different. In my answer, I will say if it's the same or different. So negative or affirmative. Sure, he is just as good as Nick. Okay, so we are saying that both are the same in affirmatives. Okay, so that is the comparatives with as and as. It is easier than the first one, right, Chris?
Yes.
Yes, so the only thing, the adjectives. So maybe do you have some question about this grammar, Chris?
No, Lore.
Okay, perfect. So now let's go to the platform. I will assign you unit 1 and 2. Okay, so it is assigned. Okay. Okay, so yes, those two first and second. Okay, Chris, everything is great. Perfect. So let's go to the next one. In this second exercise, Chris, we have this chart where we have to compare between Roger and Henry, right? So we have different characteristics from them about the age, the height, weight, goals scored, experience, personal goal. So you have there, for example, the some information. So you have to compare, completing the blank spaces with those adjectives that you have. Okay.
Okay,
So
Julie.
let's go.
Lore.
Okay, Chris, let's see this. I was talking with my microphone off. Okay, why? Maybe isn't as tall as Henry is 6 feet. No, Henry is 6 feet and Roger is 6 feet.
Oh,
Yes, it is positive, right? Positive. Yeah. So is as tall as. The other one, as John, I think that it is the misspelling here. Jung?
okay.
Yes,
No,
right?
no.
The Young. Yeah, because negative it's okay. Both are different. So, and the last one, you put that both are good. Yes, but in these descriptions, in the personal goals, it says, in my opinion, the better player thinks about his team, it says. And that means that Henry isn't as good as Roger, right? Because Henry says, win the most valuable player award, but alone. And Roger help my team win. So according with the opinion of this passage, the better player thinks about his team. So we have to say that Roger is better, right? So it has to be negative there. Isn't as good as Roger. Yeah, but it is great. Mhm. Yes. So, mhm. Yes. Great. Now it's okay, right? It's perfect. It was really, really perfect. So now we're gonna do like a little speaking. But first of all, I will assign you the quizzes that we have from this unit. So unit 1 is already, no, yeah. Unit 1 is already finished. Okay, 1. Tomorrow we're going to start with unit 2, but it's okay. Now we're gonna do like a little speaking. Okay, Chris. So maybe you can, let's do with this. The topic about what is happening now. Okay, now in your country. And with the last time that happened similar to this time before. So could you tell me almost a little bit about this?
Okay. Okay. I think the situation in my country is as incomparable as other situation, because in this occasion the time in the protests are definite.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think that on the other hand, I think that the 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 situation about my country is different than other situations because the people um, in the protest are youngful. Mhm. and I believe that the people are together, so between with other sectors in the economies, and um, on the other hand, I think the situation in now in my country um, is more dangerous than other occasions because policemen are um, are um, mm, are more inflexible than other occasions.
Yeah. Okay. What could you make the comparison, for example, between the food time before there wasn't food as now, comparing with this conflict of today, these days?
Mm, I remember in the other situations in my country, for example, in 1999, the food was um, was um, 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 abundant
Mhm.
and in my city. But indeed, in this occasion, I I think it's more difficult to find. It is because I believe that the situation, the current situation, uh, is more is um,
Like a stronger?
stronger and duradera,
Yeah, and timeable.
timeable
Yeah.
than other situations.
Okay, okay. Yeah, maybe yes, right? So when something appears the first time, it's not so difficult. The second, it's more difficult, and Yeah, that's like the level that we have, right? Mm,
Yes.
okay, so great. Other question. Can you, for example, I don't know if you heard about other countries that they have the same situation, not now, it could be before, when they had the same situation, could you maybe compare, for example, like saying, I heard about situation or a similar situation to my country with, for example, Argentina, but that wasn't so difficult because here, so you can make like a little comparison between the country and your country. Okay.
Mm, okay, I believe the situation is similar to, for example, Brazil. I believe that in Brazil uh, occur similar situation. Um, I believe it was with Lula.
Mhm.
I believe. But I think in this situation in my country, the people are impartial
Mhm.
and impatient because many people is with natives and other people is with government.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. What do you think about some other, for example, living the situation of these days? Could you maybe mention one country problem that you heard before that you think that it was really hard and similar to your country?
Yes, I can't compare this situation
Mhm.
only with the pandemic when
Mm,
the people cannot to um, leave of a house
mhm,
and there aren't um, taxis or buses or the type of transportations and the food um, was difficult to find.
yeah, yeah, it's totally similar, right? How much time were you in pandemic? So everything like closed.
Please repeat me.
How many time have you been like closed of everything in the pandemic times?
In my country, I think the uh, six first a month, or in my case, in my home, the first 1 year.
1 year. Yeah, it was, yeah, here was the same, almost 1 year. Yeah, I think that in all countries was like the same, right?
Yes, I think yes, but in other countries, for example, in Europe, I think the or Australia, for example, the situation was normal.
On Australia, yes, was normal. Yeah, yes, you're right. But in others, yeah, it was like normal, just 1 year, and after all, everything was like normal, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Great, Chris. So it was really great. So today we're gonna finish here with this speaking part, and tomorrow we're gonna start another topic. Okay?
Okay, Lore, thank you.
Don't worry, Chris. So we finish right now here with this. Okay. Okay, so it is already done. So see you tomorrow,
See you
Chris.
tomorrow, Lore. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, Chris.